HR 2605, the SAVES Act, I think I heard you say that the Department of Veterans Affairs does not support a portion of that because of the given service. It says that the service dogs do not provide effectiveness for post-traumatic stress disorder.
Yes.
I want you to read that statement out of your notes. Make sure that I heard it right.
The Service Dogs Assisting Veterans Act, or the SAVES Act, HR 2605, requires the VA to establish a pilot program to provide service dogs for eligible veterans. VA supports this, but recommends clarifying the bill's language for effective use of funds. We also propose aligning terminology with existing VA definitions. We do have concerns about including traumatic brain injury and post-traumatic stress disorder criteria in the criteria, given insufficient evidence of service dogs' effectiveness.
Insufficient evidence that service animals assist veterans with post-traumatic stress disorder? That's the opinion of the Department of Veterans Affairs?
Yes, and I'm going to pass this over to Dr. Wiekers.
I bet it.
All right. Thank you, sir, for the question. The evidence does not support any.
What evidence?
There's a study that was conducted.
One study? One study. The VA is basing that claim that you just threw at me off of one study. Now, be very careful in the waters that you're going to swim in with me right now, because I've been studying this for an extremely long period of time. And one thing that I do know, and I talk to hundreds of veterans that have post-traumatic stress disorder and post-traumatic stress and traumatic brain injury with service animals, and they say this is a life-changing event for them. And it's the opinion off of one study in the Department of Veterans Affairs to say that that is ineffective?
We have a method in the existing regulations that we have around access to service dogs for mental health mobility dogs for veterans with PTSD and TBI, and that's what we're speaking
So
to.
you're differentiating between a service animal and a therapy animal?
I'm speaking to a mental health mobility dog, a mental health mobility service dog, which can be provided for patients with PTSD and TBI. It's a, sir,
So
I
in the
agree with-
language
I
in
agree
front
with-
of you, I need to add that subtext in there to make this thing.
I would like to work with you to make sure we have language that aligns the definitions we have that allow for the access when it's appropriate clinically for veterans with PTSD or TBI who have a mental health mobility disability. So we have a method. We need to align language, sir.
Well, I can assure you, if it doesn't happen today, within the next couple of days, you need to be in my office and make sure that it is absolutely the way that it needs to be, because this is something I'm not walking away from, because I adamantly disagree with what you're saying. And since you're speaking for the VA, you don't want to go to war with me over this.
I don't.
Because there's a room full of veterans sitting behind you that I'm sure are going to be on my side.
I understand, and I'm committed to working with you and making sure